Greetings everyone and welcome to Coffee Black, where the Voyager adventures continue on YouTube. I'm your host, Captain G, and this is the channel where we talk anything and everything Star Trek Voyager related, from news, reviews, and more. So this video is about some additional information that came to light at the STLV 57-year mission in Las Vegas, Nevada. At the convention, the producers for Star Trek Prodigy were there and held a panel and gave plenty of new information about what their plans are for Season 2 and even beyond the second season. The first bit of information they gave us was the progression for Season 2, production-wise. They said, and I quote, "CBS Studios and Secret Hideout are nothing but supportive. We are continuing to make the show. We have 10 episodes in the can and 10 more that'll be done by the end of the year. Man, the episodes look phenomenal." Producers also teased audiences with the potential for other special cameos to appear in the second season. Something that we always said in our writer's room is that our show, we're starting exploring Voyager, but always in our hearts it was a sequel to all Star Trek. Our show and the other shows, Lower Decks, Picard, and maybe even some other ones, are especially connected. I think especially in Season 2, you will start to see all those threads start to wind together in this amazing grand tapestry. There's going to be some new faces, you're going to see plenty more familiar faces, and legacy characters that I think you'll be very excited to see. With that, the producers also elaborated further on the time period of the series, saying, "The 2380s in the Star Trek canon is a wide open canvas, and there's a few key events we've seen little glimpses of in other shows and movies even. And we are with the show that is plowing forward and connecting those dots while creating new ones. So that's where we really want to go. And there's other legacy Star Trek shows with very prominent space stations we like to visit." So obviously, by that little tease about visiting space stations, they could be referencing Deep Space Nine. That's probably the most likely option. Although I would admit there's possibly a second option as well, and that would be Jupiter Station. Namely because with the introduction of the Doctor in the recent video clip at the convention, there's a chance they could use Robert Picardo in a dual role, not just as the MH Doctor, but as Dr. Zimmerman as well. So producers also teased more information about the relationship between Janeway and Chakotay. They said, and I quote, "For those of you who've seen Season 1, there was quite a tease of Chakotay and Janeway, and I know it's very unresolved. We are promising in Season 2 we're going to complete the story, and what we're doing with them is absolutely fantastic." They go on further to say, "Janeway and Chakotay. I have to share a little story. Our voice director, who sometimes reads opposite the actors, and we had Kate Mulgrew in recording, and he was reading for Chakotay, and they were reading this scene together. And our friend Brooke starts crying as he's reading opposite of Kate, because it's just so powerful." Personally, I'm a big fan of Chakotay and Janeway's relationship. I always thought and hoped there would be a chance that they'd find a way to be together near the end of Voyager. Obviously, things were written a little different in that regard, but all this information coming from the convention is pretty cool, pretty interesting, and it definitely gives us a closer look at Season 2 beyond the brief announcements and the video clip that was released at the San Diego Comic-Con. There is one thing, however, that really hasn't been discussed since the whole ordeal with the series being pulled from Paramount Plus and finding a new streaming service, and that is the SAG actor strike as well as the writer strike that's currently going on. Now, the producers of this series already said they're halfway through the show, and it should take till the end of the year for them to finish the other half. So, theoretically, that means they already had all their scripts written and hopefully had all the voice work recorded up to this point, so all they're waiting is for the animation to be finished for the second half of the season. So the strike shouldn't affect it in that regard. But if you take into account the fact that all these streaming services have a lot factoring into the current strike and the new contract, I think it's very possible that these streaming services and these companies are going to hold off on accepting new projects until the strike is resolved and until a contract is signed. So if I'm correct in that, then unfortunately that means we may be waiting a very long time to get any concrete news about whether or not the series has been picked up by a streaming service, and we may not hear anything until the strike is finished and the contracts are signed. So, very interesting stuff. Wonder what you guys think. Do you think my theory has any merit? Do you think it has any effect on the show at all? Drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know. That's all I have for everyone today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed all the new tidbits we got about the second season of Star Trek Prodigy. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more Voyager-related news and content. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thanks again. Live long and prosper.